Welcome everyone. My name is Jonathan Pennington, and today I'm here to hopefully give you a few tips on how to make a successful business transaction with a wonderful culture like the Japanese. Now first off, you might be sitting there wondering, what type of culture are the Japanese? Are they formal? Are they informal? You might even be wondering, how do they view punctuality? Will they completely disregard you if you're late? Do you need to be right on time, or do you need to be early? Well, today, hopefully, I can answer a few of those questions for you. Now, when it comes to the business aspect of dealing with the Japanese, they are a very formal culture. They're actually just a very formal culture in general when it comes to business or non-business transactions. So today, hopefully, I'll give you a few keys to success on doing business with them. Now, first off, the key to success in doing a business transaction with the Japanese is the meeting and greeting of the Japanese members. So in a business type setting or a meeting type setting, it is very important to give your full name when meeting the individuals. Another key in making it a successful business transaction with the Japanese is when you are doing your meeting and greeting, make sure you wait for the senior member to acknowledge you, to give your meet and greet, so to speak. It is very important because they are very senior ran culture, so or elders. I don't want to offend anybody, but they look to their elders for wisdom and everything, so it's very important for you to wait to that elder or senior member to acknowledge you before giving your greeting. It's also very important when doing the meeting of the members is to make sure you're always giving your 100% undivided attention to everyone when they are introducing themselves. Also, the Japanese are very big on facial expressions. They're also a culture that does not like to displease people, so it's very key when you're doing transactions with them as to if you say something and they don't like it, look for their facial expressions, because they don't like to say no, but you can look at their facial expressions and decide whether they liked what you said or not. And that is another key to doing successful business with. Now that we've covered the formal aspect of the Japanese culture, or at least in a business type meeting setting, let's go ahead and I'll tell you a few things about the informal side of them. Believe it or not, they actually can relax and have a good time. An example is, although it is very important the introduction is very important when it comes to the meeting part, but the actual middle of the meeting, or the actual meeting itself, the Japanese actually tend to relax a little bit, sit back, and just talk like normal. So you don't have to sit there, like a stiff or whatever the whole time during the meeting. They will actually relax, sit back, and enjoy the actual meeting part of your business transaction. Now that we covered the professional side of things when doing business in the Japanese culture, same goes for the non-professional side. They are a very formal culture, especially when it comes to meeting. You want to give your full name in respect. You want to wait for the elders or senior members to acknowledge you before you just throw your name and everything out there. It's very custom to do a bow. The bigger bow you do when meeting the Japanese, the more is a sign of more respect. So in regards to non-professionally, the Japanese are still a very formal culture, and you would want to go along the lines of how you would conduct yourself in a business type setting when meeting the individuals. Now that we've covered a few of the formal and informal aspects of the Japanese culture, which they're a very formal culture that can relax and be informal a little, how would you think they would view punctuality? Well, punctuality is very important when it comes to doing business transactions or even going out to dinner with the Japanese. You can guarantee that your Japanese counterparts will never be late. They will always be on time. So it's very important for you to be on time. They actually will find that as a sign of disrespect if you show up late to their meeting. So it's very, very important to show up on time. Now, when it comes to going out to dinner, things of that nature, they're a little more lenient on that. It's okay to be 5 minutes late, and they won't think of you as being disrespectful in that aspect. But overall, punctuality is the key as well to doing any business transaction, or even, like I said, going out to dinner. It is somewhat acceptable to be 5 minutes late to dinner, but I wouldn't be more than 5 minutes late if I were you. So punctuality is another key sign of respect when doing business, or even going to dinner for that matter, when operating in the Japanese culture. So today, I gave you a few tips on how to have a successful business transaction with a culture as sophisticated as the Japanese. And hopefully you won't forget that they are a very formal culture, and they can relax at times. But overall, they are very formal in the business and non-business aspect of their lifestyle, and punctuality is key. So don't be late and you'll have success. Thank you for your attention, and have a great rest of your day.